Welcome to LearnCity and welcome to agricultural science class. In our last class, we talked about banana, which is the Musa species. In today's class, we're talking about cocoa. The botanical name is Theobroma cacao. Cocoa is a beverage crop used in the preparation of many food drinks like Ovaltine, like our Bonvita, like our Milo, and most of our chocolates in Nigeria. And the cocoa fruit is called cocoa pod. How do we prepare our land for the plantation of cocoa? The land is prepared, the land is cleared with cutlass after which stumpling is done. The land can also be prepared mechanically using the plowing, the ridges, and harrowing. Cocoa planted on flat land does not need ridges. What are the varieties? What varieties of cocoa do we have? Amelando, and this produce pods that are lightly furrowed with a round end. The pods are green when unripe and become yellow when ripe. We also have the Amazon. This produces pods with long, rough, and thick hard walls, deeply furrowed with a pointed end. The pods are green when mature and become yellow when ripe. We have the Criollo. This produces a high quality bean, but the pods are liable to attack by black pod disease. What are the climatic and soil requirements? Cocoa plant requires 17 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius temperature and rainfall of 114 centimeter to 200 centimeter per annum. For the soil, it requires a deep, fertile, well-drained loamy clay soil, which is slightly acidic and can retain moisture. What are the methods of propagation? This is mainly by seed and vegetatively by budding and stem cutting. What are the planting dates? Nursery is done October to January, and for the field, which is the transplanting, is always between April and June. Spacing for the nursery is always 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, and spacing for the field is 3 meter by 3 meter. What are the nursery practices? Loamy soil containing organic matter are used to fill up a polythene bag. Seed are sown in the polythene bag, which is 1 seed per bag, and shade is provided to prevent direct heat by the sun, and watering is done twice daily, every morning and in the evening. Regular weeding is also carried out. The data that we have transplanting, cocoa seedlings are transplanted to the field as from April during the raining season. That is 5 to 6 months after planting in the nursery. The seedlings are carefully removed from the polythene bag, with the balls of earth are placed in the hole, which is about 45 centimeter deep. The hole is covered gently and firmly round the seedling. Some crops like banana, cocoyam are allowed to grow alongside with cocoa seedlings to provide a temporary shade for the cocoa plants. For the transplanting, we transplant the cocoa seedlings to the field from April during the rainy season, and that is always 5 to 6 months after planting in the nursery. And when you want to plant them, we carefully remove the polythene bags and place them in the hole, which is the earth would be in the ground in the hole we prepare, and the hole must be 45 centimeter deep, and we cover the hole gently and cover the soil. Make sure the cocoa seedling we transplant is firm. We cover it with the seed to make sure it is firm, and we can plant some other crops with it that would serve as a temporary shade for it. And there are crops like our banana, our cocoyam, allowed to grow alongside with the cocoa seedlings. What cultural practice do we do under the cocoa? Number one is weeding, and this should be done regularly. Shading, like we add some shade, and some crops like banana and cocoyam should be grown to provide shades to cocoa seedlings. Fertilizer application, urea or sulfate of ammonia is applied at 3,000 kilograms per hectare when the plant is about 8 to 12 weeks old on the field. Mulching, this should be done by growing cover crops to cover the soil. Pruning, this is also done by removing the lower branches. Pruning encourages better canopy formation. It encourages more light penetration and improved air movement. Maturity period. Cocoa plant matures within 3 to 5 years. Harvesting. Ripe or mature cocoa pods are harvested by carefully cutting off the pods from the tree using sharp cutlass, harvesting knife or sickle without damage of the flower coursing. Processing of cocoa. Breaking of pods. The pods are carefully opened with a blunt cutlass or by cutting them with heavy rod to remove the cocoa beans. Fermentation. Cocoa bean can be fermented by using the sweat box or tray method for about 5 days. During the fermentation process, cocoa beans undergo chemical changes brought about by the action of heat. The beans change to a red-brown color and develop the characteristics of a chocolate flavor. The theobromine is one of the properties of fermentation. This substance can give cocoa its stimulating property. Drying. After fermentation, the bean seeds are now dried under the sun for 6 to 10 days, or dryers may be used. Storage. Properly dried beans are stored in sack or jute bag ready for export. Pests of cocoa. We have the cocoa capsids. These insects pierce and suck the sap from young roots, causing reduced its yield. And how do we control them? We spray with insecticides like gamalin 20. Mealybugs, that's another pest of cocoa. They are vectors or carriers of the virus that causes swollen shoot diseases through their biting and sucking of shoots and fruits. How do we control them? We spray with insecticide, for example, gamalin 20. Diseases of cocoa. We have the black pod disease. This is caused by a fungus which is spread in rain splash. What are the symptoms of this black pod disease? It includes brown spores on fruits covered by soaked powdery spores, which results in rotten black pods. How do we control them? We remove and destroy the infected pods. We also apply regular weeding. We spray with fungicides and we burn the infected pods. Another disease is swollen shoot disease. This is caused by a virus which is transmitted by mealybugs. The symptoms include the swelling of branches, malformation of the leaves, and premature defloration. How do we control them? We destroy and burn the infected plants. We spray them with insecticide to kill the vector, and we also plant resistant varieties. Thank you very much. In our next class, we're talking about okra.